how to get proposed to in under 1 month. Real steps. And before your mind rushes to call this unrealistic or desperate or manipulative, I want you to breathe and listen closely. Because what I'm about to explain is not about forcing a man, tricking a man, or rushing something fragile. It's about accelerating what already wants to happen when the foundation is right. And I say this with full confidence because proposals don't happen because of time. They happen because of certainty. And certainty can be created very quickly when a man feels 3 things at once: emotional safety, clarity of vision, and the sudden realization that losing you would be a catastrophic mistake. And I learned this not from fairy tales, but from watching patterns. From being the woman men opened up to about why they proposed, why they didn't, why they waited, and why suddenly, after months or even years of hesitation, something clicked and they moved decisively. And here is the uncomfortable truth most dating advice avoids. Men don't propose when they feel pressured. They propose when they feel internally resolved, when their nervous system feels calm, their ego feels respected, and their future feels clearer with you than without you. And the reason so many women wait years is not because men are confused, but because women unknowingly keep the relationship in an emotionally unfinished state, where everything feels good, but nothing feels final. And the shift I'm about to show you collapses that ambiguity fast. Because the fastest way to a proposal is not asking for one, hinting for one, or proving your wife material. It's becoming the woman a man feels foolish delaying. And I want you to imagine this from his perspective. He wakes up one morning and suddenly realizes that life with you feels quieter, steadier, richer, and more meaningful. That you are not just someone he dates, but someone who organizes his future simply by being present. And that realization does not take years when the emotional conditions are right. It can happen in weeks, sometimes days. And the first thing you must understand is this: marriage is not a romantic decision. It's a psychological one. It's the moment a man decides that choosing you permanently is safer than risking a future without you. And safety here does not mean boredom or predictability. It means emotional coherence. You make sense to him. Your reactions are grounded. Your standards are clear. Your presence stabilizes him. And when that happens, time compresses, because the brain loves resolution, and unresolved attachment creates anxiety. So here is where we begin. Not with rings, not with ultimatums, but with alignment. Because if you are aligned with him emotionally, spiritually, and practically, a proposal becomes the most logical next step. And logic is deeply seductive to a masculine mind, even when it's wrapped in romance. Now let's talk about the real steps, the ones no one explains clearly. Because the first thing you must do if you want a proposal within a month is stop auditioning and start anchoring. And what I mean by that is this: many women behave as if the relationship is still being evaluated, constantly adjusting, overgiving, overpleasing, making themselves endlessly flexible so he stays comfortable. But comfort without direction creates stagnation, and stagnation kills urgency. So instead of trying to be chosen, you must begin behaving like a woman who is already choosing. Choosing how she spends her time, choosing what she tolerates, choosing where she is going. Because when a man senses that your life has momentum independent of him, his instinct to secure his place in it activates. Not out of fear, but out of desire. And this is subtle. It's the way you speak about your future without asking for permission. The way you mention goals, locations, rhythms of life, not as demands, but as facts. You are not saying marry me. You are saying this is the life I am building. And the right man naturally wants to be included. And here's the psychological key. Men propose when they feel included, not cornered. So instead of asking where this is going, you show where you are going. Calmly, confidently, without drama, and you let him feel the space he would occupy beside you. Not chase you, beside you. And at the same time, you remove emotional over-availability. Not affection, not warmth, but the constant emotional labor that makes him feel like the relationship runs on you alone. Because when you stop carrying the emotional weight for both people, he steps in, and when he steps in, he bonds deeper, and bonding accelerates commitment. I've watched this happen repeatedly. Women who stopped initiating every serious conversation, stopped managing his feelings, stopped smoothing every discomfort, and suddenly the man leaned forward, started future-oriented conversations himself, asked questions about longevity, values, children, location, because men bond through problem solving and projection, not through endless reassurance. And here's another truth. If you want a proposal, you must create emotional finality without ultimatums. Emotional finality sounds like this. Your energy becomes settled, not anxious. You stop hinting, stop joking about rings, stop testing him, and instead you show up fully as yourself. Calm, radiant, self-respecting, because calm is incredibly persuasive. Calm tells his nervous system there is nothing to run from, and clarity tells his mind there is nothing to delay. And within weeks, a man who is aligned will start experiencing what psychologists call loss aversion. The idea that losing you feels more painful than committing feels risky. And that's when men act decisively, not because they are forced, but because they are convinced. And now I want to bring this home, because I don't want you leaving this video thinking you need to rush, manipulate, or perform. I want you leaving knowing that proposals happen fast when the woman becomes the emotional conclusion, not the emotional question mark. And if you are with a man who already loves you, respects you, and envisions a future with you, these steps do not create pressure. They create permission. Permission for him to do what he has already been considering, but hasn't emotionally finalized. And here's the final shift. You must become unavailable to ambiguity, not unavailable to love. Ambiguity looks like staying silent about your values, your timelines, your vision because you're afraid to scare him. But clarity doesn't scare the right man. It stabilizes him. So you speak truthfully, calmly, once, without pleading, without convincing, and then you live in alignment with that truth. And if he is the man for you, something in him settles, and he moves. And if he doesn't, you have saved yourself years. Because the goal is not a ring. The goal is a man who chooses you fully, decisively, joyfully, and when a proposal comes from that place, it is fast, grounded, and lasting. And if this message is resonating, if something in you feels activated, anchored, seen, I want you to stay connected here. Subscribe, turn on notifications, because Femphoria is where women stop guessing and start leading their lives with elegance and power. And comment your biggest takeaway, even if it's just one word, because clarity spoken becomes clarity lived. And remember this, you do not wait to be chosen. You position yourself to be recognized. And when you do that, the right man doesn't take years. He takes action. And if you needed this today, let yourself replay it. Let it sink in. And walk forward knowing this. Commitment is not slow when it's right. It's swift, certain, and unmistakable. And let me leave you with this final truth, the one that changes everything once you really let it land. You are not trying to speed up love. You are removing the friction that delays commitment. Because when a woman is emotionally centered, energetically grounded, and unapologetically clear about her life direction, she becomes a mirror a man can finally see himself in. Not someday, not hypothetically, but now. And that clarity is intoxicating. It calms his chaos. It sharpens his desire. It pulls him out of endless thinking and into decisive action. And this is why proposals that come quickly are not reckless. They are resolved. They are born from alignment, not pressure. And I want you to remember this every time doubt creeps in. The right man is not afraid of your standards. He is relieved by them, because they tell him exactly how to win you, exactly how to keep you, and exactly how to build a future that feels secure instead of uncertain. And when you embody this energy, you don't need to chase timelines. Timelines chase you. You don't need to convince. Convincing dissolves. And you don't need to wonder where you stand, because your presence makes your position undeniable. So walk away from this video with your spine straight, your heart open, and your standards intact. Revisit this whenever you feel yourself slipping back into waiting mode. And if your soul whispered yes to anything I said today, honor that whisper. Comment, "I needed this." Stay close to Femphoria. And never forget, when you become the woman who knows where she's going, the right man doesn't ask how long, he asks how soon.